Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back from spring break. I hope you enjoyed the little bit of a break that you had from schoolwork. I wanted to start out this week by kind of giving you a video tour of our morning slides. These morning slides are going to be probably the most important place to be moving forward with distance learning. Yes, I will email your parents and I will continue to post certain things to Google Docs or Google Classroom, but this is really where everything is. There's a link to everything that you need, whether you have to print it, watch a video, anything, this is where everything is at, okay? Most importantly, and some of you have already discovered this, there is a chat button up at the top. Now, if you have a MacBook like I do, sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't. Just try to exit the document and go back in. But otherwise, you should see this little gray person. And right now, I actually have Miss in my slides. So if I click this, I can see it. Welcome back, boys and girls. You got this. Hi, Miss Okay. This is a great place where you can ask me questions throughout the day. Check in with me. If you want to ask me something private, of course you can email me and we can talk about that on the side. But this is just a great way that you can continue to socialize with each other and work together. And I watch this and monitor this all day, okay? I'm going to go ahead and close this chat for just a moment because we don't really need that for the rest of the tour. So every morning there will be a little message to you that you can read. There's also the daily check-in. This is your responsibility to fill out every day, not your parents'. So it asks you how you're feeling, it asks you if you're struggling with anything, if there's anything you think I should know, and then there's usually a fun question at the bottom. Today's question is going to ask you what your favorite thing about spring break so far was. There's usually also a fun way that you can greet others around your house, and an activity. Today I chose a springtime dance brain break. You can choose to do this now, or you can choose to do it in between assignments to give yourself a little bit of a break. Down here, usually it says like your daily schedule or something like that, but I did change it for today to just make sure that the video tour was front and center. Okay, so I'm going to move on to slide 2. Slide 2 has your weekly agenda on it. This is a sample because of the optional science and social studies activities that are at the bottom. You do not have to do the science activities or the social studies activities. However, I strongly encourage you to do so, especially for some of you who've been telling me you're a bit bored. So I just tried to space it out for you so that you have 3 or 4 activities going on each day. Okay, so the things that are in color for reading, writing, and math are you must do, and the things that are in black are optional activities. I have a copy of this printed out for myself, and I strongly recommend that maybe you print it off as well, and you can actually take your pencil to those check mark boxes and check them off as you go along. Slide 3, Spirit Week. Some of you are really enjoying this, and I just think it's a fun way to continue going, and I get to see pictures of you and your pets and your siblings, and I get to share them with the rest of you throughout the week. So this is going to be this week's Spirit Week. We have a Disney Day, a Silly Hair Day, Pajama Day, who doesn't love that, Mismatched Socks Day, and a Spirit Wear Day. If you do participate in Spirit Week, please email a photo to me. You can do this from your own email account or your parents can email it for me, and then I'll add it to the shout out slide tomorrow so that you guys can see each other's. Okay? So we're moving on to our first subject of the day, and that's going to be reading. This week's reading goal is to research a topic, identify subtopics, and take notes while you're reading. So that's going to be our focus throughout this week. So I need you to kind of bring your mind back to the fall when we researched different topics for informational writing and nonfiction reading. And we're going to kind of pick up and add on to that throughout the next few weeks, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to be watching a teacher video. This will be linked right here. It's just not available to me just this second when I'm making the video for you guys, but it will be available when you watch it. So you're going to watch the video, and it's going to do a quick review of nonfiction, a quick review of text features, and maybe even taking some notes, okay? Then you're going to read some of the nonfiction books about animals. Your research topic will be an animal. So I have pre-chosen some. Oops, sorry, I'm going to delete the penguin one. That's going to be my topic. You're going to choose tiger, gorilla, panda, elephant, or there's an entire collection of endangered animals. Then what you can do is you can just click these. You're going to see my screen change. And it's going to bring you to Epic. Okay? Your third grade teachers and I have worked very hard at kind of creating these collections for you. The same way we would put a collection of books in a basket in the classroom for you. This way, it's all online. So, as you can see, I've opened the tiger basket, if you will, and I have 9 books in here, and I can choose any one of them. I can jump in one, check one out, come back out, and then I can bounce back and choose one of the other animal collections if I would like. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to try to read through them, skim them, scan them, see what stands out to you and what you like. And when you're done, you're going to take this survey so that you can choose your research topic. Okay, so you are checking out all of the topics today and then choosing your favorite by the end. So you're going to write your name. You're going to check off all of the different collections that you actually went to on Epic, so I know what you looked at. You're going to tell me one interesting thing that you read today, just one. And then finally, you're going to choose which animal you would like to continue to research. And I will continue to provide books, websites, YouTube videos, and things like that so you can learn more about your animal throughout this distance learning research unit. That's it. That's your writing plan today. Again, if there are any questions, please use the chat up at the top and ask me, and I will help you along the way. Okay? We're going to move on to math. For math, we are going to, again, start with an instructional video. You can see that it is already linked. All you have to do is click it, and it will open in a new window for you, just like it's opening for me right now. Okay? So you can watch this quick math video about fractions. I'm going to close this and go back to our slides. Okay. The next thing, lead page. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to do At the Box Office from Freckle. This is very similar to the McDougall's Hamburgers activity that you had before the break. So we'll need the inventory sheet. So again, it is linked right on here. You can print it out, just like you did last week. Some of you also just used this and then wrote on lined paper your actual answers. That's okay too. This one doesn't have any actual bar graphs or lines, so using regular lined paper is totally okay. When you open the slides, it's going to guide you through today's activity. So again, you have just an introduction page. You have some directions that you can go ahead and read, and then it has day 1. Okay, so for today, it says, with just a couple of hours to go until the first screening, help compare ticket sales among all 4 films. So in case you don't know, a box office is where you go to buy your movie tickets when you go to Lowe's or Regal Cinemas, AMC, okay? And your objective today is to be able to compare 2 fractions with the same numerator, again that's the top number, and the same denominator, the number that's down, the bottom number, by reasoning about their size. The next slide has the video from Freckle itself. Then you can just click, and it'll open right on here. You can choose to make it full screen by clicking here, okay, but you're just going to watch the video. Then it shows you what the inventory sheet looks like. Again, you can get a copy of the inventory sheet or by clicking here or from the other slides. And you're going to just need to know these 3 questions. Your inventory sheet is blank, so you can print this out and write the questions in, or again, write it on lined paper. Now, because I know it's been a while since we've done fractions, I wanted to help you out. So there is also a teacher help video right afterwards. You can see just by looking at it that what I did was I used ConnectEd's e-toolkit to use those fraction circle pieces that you have in those small bags in class. After you've watched these and completed your inventory sheet, there are a few reflection questions for you, but then after that it moves on to day 2 and you're done with math today. So I jumped back to our regular morning slides, and the only other thing that's on here for math is optional. You can feel free to play any games on ConnectEd that you'd like, or ABC, all of that is free right now as well. Okay? Moving on to writing. Writing this week is going to be a little bit different. Again, you are going to watch this teacher video. Click the link. Everything that's teal pretty much is a link. Okay? It's going to open YouTube for you and show you a quick video on what you're going to be doing. I kind of modeled and got you started on the activity. Okay? So we will be reading The Dot this week. And again, many of you are familiar with that story from earlier in the year when we celebrated National Dot Day. Okay? So there is also a copy of The Dot for you. You can see that it's just kind of a one-page text. You're going to want to go ahead and print this out, or this is a point where you can use Google Classroom, and I'll show you that in just one second. So it's that also you're going to need a claims about a text tracking page, okay, which I'm just going to hover over this and it's going to show you it a little bit briefly. I don't know if it's going to let my screen go down, but all of this is accessible by clicking on these and printing them right out from online, or you can go on Google Classroom. You are only doing the first square for character traits and feelings today. So now I'm going to show you where you can find these on Google Classroom if you do choose to do them online. So I'm going to the classwork section of Google Classroom, and then I went to the writing tab over on the side. So there is an entire section dedicated to The Dot. There are the story, The Dot itself, and the 4-square sheet that I was showing you. And then there are also some prompt pages, but those are for later in the week, so please don't worry about them just yet. Okay? The way that I have this set up is if you click on it, it makes a copy for each of you. So this way, if you highlight, type, add a comment, that'll only be visible on your copy and not for everybody else. Just a fun trick that the computer allows us to use, okay? So you are welcome to do this online, or again, you are welcome to just directly print out the dot and the tracking page right from the morning slides and do it all on paper, okay? Again, one more time as a reminder, you're only doing the first square today. You do not, please do not complete the entire page. Each square will become a separate lesson throughout the week, okay? All right, now time for some optional activities for science and social studies. For science, your optional activity for the entire week, I'm not going to change it, this will be the same slide all week long. You can watch a video for what kinds of animals might there be in the future. Again, the video link is right here. If you click on it, it will take you right to the Mystery Science video. There are also some extension activities about designer dogs. Spot the Differences is also related to the dogs. There's a Friendly Foxes reading and a fun monster genetics project. So based on the agenda that I created for you, I think I have you watching the video and doing the dog worksheets one day, and then possibly trying out the Monster Genetics Project another day. The Monster Genetic Project is really fun. There are directions. If you have a sibling or a parent who's available, they can help you create your monster. But it's just a fun way to kind of learn about how your genes work and your DNA, and, you know, how did you end up with brown hair or blonde hair or curly hair, tall, short, all of those things. Okay, so just a fun activity for you to do. The last slide on here this week is for social studies. And for social studies, again, you'll be going on a virtual field trip. This week, you're going to be going to Yellowstone National Park, which is in Wyoming. There are 3 YouTube videos that Miss found that you can go ahead and watch and see a little bit of the park, learn some facts and information about it. There are also some books on Epic, just like we created collections for you on Epic of animal books. We also created a collection of books, and again, you can just